Good afternoon and welcome back to Edgier Than Thou. I'm actually filming this in the afternoon, not at 1 a.m., so that's an improvement. Today I want to talk to you about a Geeks and Gamers video, because I was scrolling through YouTube the other day, and this thumbnail just kind of called to me. So the video is ostensibly, according to the title, about Tom Cruise destroying Hollywood hypocrisy. It's not about that. Tom Cruise does no destroying of any kind, but it was very interesting to me, and I like the fact that apparently these, like, anti-woke gamer types or whatever are just, like, obsessed with anyone who will give them any amount of praise, and it just, like, it doesn't matter where it comes from, you know? So let's get into it.
Most celebrities spend all day on social media telling fans how terrible they are, spending all day saying how toxic they are, and how if they have a different opinion of them, then they need to be canceled, and all of these other things.
Number one, that's not even close to all they do on social media. It's just all you guys seem to care about. And two, which different opinions? Which opinions do you guys disagree on? Anti-woke types got super upset when Ewan McGregor criticized fans for being racist towards Moses Ingram. Is that the opinion you disagree with? No? Then which ones?
How does Tom Cruise react? This is how he reacts right here, and this is why he is the man. This dude continues to be an icon and a legend. Let's listen to how Tom Cruise talks about the fans.
Hey everyone! Here we are over sunny South Africa, and we're filming Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 and 2. And I didn't want the year to end without thanking you all for coming out to the theater, and thank you for supporting Top Gun Maverick.
Tom Cruise is an icon and a legend. Now, I won't deny that he does some pretty cool stunts, and it's kind of cool, I guess, in a certain sense, that he does them all himself. I mean, oftentimes, like, it doesn't really translate to anything super exciting on screen. It's really just, like, for the novelty of it. Much like this thank you to the fans is novel, because he says it while he's in free fall. And it is kind of a cute thank you, I think, as far as, you know, thank you videos go. But I think maybe you don't want to use Tom Cruise as your hype man. I mean, we're talking about a man who reps an organization that actively silences rape victims. We're talking about a man who once shut off a guy's oxygen at high altitudes. We're talking about a man who has women audition to be his girlfriends. We're talking about a man who yelled at several crewmates for slightly violating COVID-19 restrictions. And I know for some reason that fourth one is the thing you're most upset about, but we're not talking about an icon here. Tom Cruise isn't like a guy who made some problematic tweets in 2014. Tom Cruise is like as close as a Hollywood star can get to being a mafia boss. Like, he makes cool movies, and Top Gun Maverick was pretty good, all things considered, but he's also in the leadership for an organization that once infiltrated the US government to delete incriminating information. And yeah, that was before his time, but what, do you think that they just like stopped doing all that stuff? Just, if these are your heroes, I'm perfectly happy being one of your villains. Like, I'm just waiting for the Unabomber to do an anti-woke prison interview so that Jeremy can be like, and this is why Ted Kaczynski is an icon and a legend. But I guess, like, the important thing that I want to get at here is that it just seems like anti-woke people, or at least people in this particular sphere, just kind of want yes men. You know, like, when I'm a fan of something, I don't want that something, that work, to not challenge me in any way. I don't want the creators of that work to uncritically accept my support. If I do bad things, I want my heroes to be willing to call me out for it. I don't know, like, people act like it's hypocritical or it's super selfish to take the people who got you where you are, right, your fans, and criticize them or call them out for bad behavior. Like to me, that's kind of the ultimate show of honesty, right? That you're not so selfish or megalomaniacal that you'll just support anything that's said by people who support and defend you. If you give shitty people a pass because they're giving you money, you're just kind of an asshole, right? Like, I'm not missing anything here, am I? And I feel similar with politics, right? When a politician is running, and it seems like they just kind of have to say, like, the people of my state or the people of my country are among the greatest people on the planet. And it's like, no, what if they're not, you know? Like, sometimes people suck, and it's worth calling them out for it. And I think that we should be, as a community, as people, willing to see our own faults and not just like sit and stagnate as the person that we are today. And that just seems to be what Jeremy wants, right? He just wants people who love and adore him and do nothing to criticize any of his crappy behaviors. We've seen a lot of this in the past. I talked about him a couple of times, and I think you see some pretty solid examples. Those old videos are not fantastic, but I recommend checking them out if you want to see like responses to some of it. Just know that I'm not going to be as exciting as I am right now. In general. But yeah, if one of your heroes calls out your behavior and your first response or your first thought is to be angry at them for calling you out. Not angry at the thing that they said, maybe they were wrong, but angry at the concept of someone calling out one of their own fans, you might just be an ass. It's kind of the same thing as like when someone gets criticized for saying something and their immediate response is to defend the fact that they have the right to say that thing. It's like, no one was talking about your right to say this. They were just saying the thing you said was bad. I don't have a whole lot else to say about this. I just have to ask, like, why would you want yes men? Why do you want people who affirm all of your worst instincts? Like, you can be better tomorrow than you are today, but it requires you listening to criticism and growing as a person. And yeah, sometimes the people who criticize you are kind of jerks. But I promise you, one, there's valid information, valid criticism in there. And two, you can take the correct things that they say without validating or acknowledging their crappy behavior. But yeah, follow me on Instagram at edgierthanthou. Follow me on Twitter at edgierthan. I also have a TikTok, but I basically just post like YouTube shorts there, although that kind of blew up recently, surprisingly. So, I don't know, also at edgierthanthou, and subscribe to this channel, like this video, like every other video. If you don't, then you're a mean person and you hate the fans or something like that. And I will see you in the next one.